Your mother was Lyanna Stark, and your father, your real father, was Rhaegar Targaryen. You've never been a bastard. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne.
Oh, the nostalgia! But in such a different way!
Yeah. What?
So do we call him Jon Snow, or do we call him
The King
of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah, not the North, but every.
He's not gonna take that lightly.
He's not gonna take it, though. He's already given up the King of the North. He's not gonna take the King of the Seven Kingdoms. He's not. He likes her, for one. For two, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So what does that even mean? What does that even gonna do?
Oh, man.
She's gonna feel, if she ever figures that out, she's gonna feel like, oh, I need to kill Jon Snow.
That's major confrontation, competition, all those C words for her. Conflict, competition, all that stuff.
If she thinks to herself that Jon is the problem here, and she really tries to I don't know what she could do, kill him or something, I don't know.
There was so much that was thrown in there. I'm so happy that Theon took out those, are these soldiers? Well, I don't know what you would call them on the ship.
Yeah.
Saved Yara.
Yeah. That was
and
huge.
That's huge for him because the amount of times, granted he was broken for a very long time.
Yeah.
Cersei's on the brink of just downright pitiful.
I don't know.
Downright depressed, and that's what she is.
I don't know what's wrong. Kind of unfolding. Everything's unfolding. It just adds to her pitiful life that she's had.
And now she wants a hand of the queen, the maester, to kill her brothers.
Wants Bran to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
I don't even know how that's gonna play out, to be honest. If Bran actually goes through with that, I would take the gold and go away.
Get the hell out of there.
Just leave. Just leave. No need to do it. And they're never gonna give Bran what he actually wants. He wants a big castle and a wife and all of this. He wants nobility and stuff. I don't think they're gonna give Bran anything. Bran has such little leverage, but they make him feel like he has leverage. He doesn't have any leverage. They could just round him up and kill him at any point.
They use him as, would it be a tactic or just a ploy? They just use him because
because he'll do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The dragons going to the north and the people seeing the dragons was interesting. There's a lot of characters all together, and they're trying to have every character meet up with every other character in some way. I think excluded completely from this episode was Grey Worm, Missandei.
Besides the opening, but yeah.
Yeah. We have our main characters that should meeting each other, but no other kind of interactions between. We're just getting back to Gendry and Arya, Arya and Jon, some other ones that I slipping my mind as of right now, but the Hound and Arya, just every character that hasn't touched base with them since the last time we saw them, which was a long time ago, are now doing that. And it is a nostalgia push. It really is. Yes, these characters would want to see each other again, but it is really a lot of scenes were just oh, you remember when we used to be together? Doesn't this feel good? Which, like I said, these characters would want to say, hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Jamie seeing Bran.
That was huge.
Since the first episode. It was really even the beginning, how they did the king marching music and the king
boy climbing.
The boy climbing. Literally just, they're you remember the first episode?
Here it is.
We're doing it again in season 8, the last season. And it's cool. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it's just literally fan service, which sometimes you need.
Daenerys is not making a good impression on a lot of people right now.
Yeah, because she's realizing that there's things that she's done
just for power.
There's people behind all of this. And it's a lesson she didn't learn. From Marine. Marine was all about there are people, there are bad people, but there are people who are interconnected into these bad people. Them all will start off, and maybe she didn't kill them all. With the Tarleys, she made an example out of them to follow, and maybe that's a little bit of a learning experience, but Like a little bit of, I learned not to kill everyone. I learned just to make an example out of people.
She still uses force and threat as power, though. Looking back on it.
Yeah. I just think and the North wanted Jon not to bend the knee.
And he did.
He did. But I think the North also doesn't realize. Yeah.
The North needs her. Needs the army, needs the dragons, needs the dragon glass. They need her.
And they don't realize how big of a threat the White Walkers are. They're just going on Jon's word, and they're like, we believe you, but also the lineage, the line of succession, the king. We want a king in the North. We don't want to be ruled by the Southerner. Like, it's always tinged in politics. You know?
Heard with the Targaryens. We've heard about this. We've heard about that.
It's always political.
Yeah.
Which is just their world, and their world's about to get rocked by reality real quick here, because the North does not want to fight in any more wars that are governed by the South.
Yep.
That are like queens and kings and stuff like that. They don't want to do that anymore because it's just led to misery after misery.
Which I understand, but it's not a good time.
Even when the army of the dead's coming, they're still more concerned about the politics of it. Jon should be king. We don't want a queen from the South. We don't want a Targaryen. We don't want Lannisters here. We don't want... And there's grievance there, but it's just not the right time. It's like complaining about like politics when
there's a greater thing.
The world's about to explode. There's bigger problems right now, people. And they need to see it, and seeing is believing.
I mean, Tyrion is good with words, but he needs to step up I don't even know. It's not charisma. It's just he needs to really get through because...
I don't know what...
Things are coming. Things are happening.
I think he is actually in over his head more than he thought he would be. I think he was overconfident, and he knows King's Landing politics. He knows how to do King's Landing politics, and he was comfortable there. When he left King's Landing politics and went out into the real world, from being like, King's Landing isn't like the best place in the world, and it's not like it's easy, but he was used to that. He has a doctor's degree in King's Landing politics, and then he goes to do foreign policy after. It's like, I am out of my element. I did not study this. This was not what I was... Like, I know the names of these places, but I don't know anything about them. And so I think his confidence has like slid. And now that he's not confident, I think Tyrion like gets a lot of his power from his ability to be confident, be in the moment, and be like, hey, how about this? And then it just works. You know what I'm saying? And now that he's not confident and he's out in the world and he's trying to do things that are hard, it just does not work for him. He's not a brilliant tactician.
Like,
he's not...
To say he's good at what he does where he is.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure he'd be like, if Daenerys gets back to the Iron Throne and he is still the Hand of the King, then he'd be the best goddamn hand ever.
Yeah, because he's
back where he literally studied. But like, out in the world, he's not great. And Daenerys needs more advisors. She lost all of them. She has an army person. She has Missandei, who's...
doesn't really give much. She does, but not
she doesn't know Westeros, so it's hard to... She has Ser Jorah back, which is good. Ser Jorah has an idea of what's going on here. But yeah, it's just... I don't think it's telling great. I don't see what could possibly... I don't see a good ending for anyone.
No one's on the same page. And the dead are here.
Yeah.
It's not even they're coming. They're here.
I think... I don't know how this could end with the White Walkers winning, but that'd be very Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh. I can't...
But I just don't see where this goes. I'm still in the dark. But yeah, give us your thoughts, opinions, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification and get notified whenever we put anything out. Patreon.
Lots of fun stuff over there.
Yep. And thank you
for watching
Immersive Reactions.
Until next time.
3, 2, 1. Welcome.
2.
And back.
Immersive.
Reactions.
Hello.
Welcome.
You guys get the whole vibe I went for?
No.
I'm sure you guys did.
No. What is it?
Darn shame. I'm pretending to be the red woman. Does it work? Does it with
It
a long
works.
hair back?
You got the necklace and everything.
I do.
Boom.
My amulet's missing though. Look
Well.
young and hip.
Okay.
And then at night I look like an old bat.
Oh my god.
Give up on life. Anyways. How you folks doing?
Anyways, Game of Thrones, final season. We're on our way.
That first episode was
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Mhm.
Episode 2 sometimes are crazy, sometimes are not. I don't know what kind of flow we're in right now, you know? But might be just a preparing episode for the White Walkers. Might be the White Walkers arrive. Might be a Cersei episode. Might be, who knows? Who really knows? We got a potential conflict brewing with the new Targaryen that has appeared. The Jon Snow. Let me check the...
Shaken baby syndrome. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I was in the way. And when I come close, the camera focuses on me. And
That's why I'm
defocuses
always
you.
like, well, there we go.
Yeah. Because the camera's at an angle here, so I'm the first person. So I have to be, like, further back for her to be more in focus. I wish I could, like, push my seat back and she be a little closer, but it is
You
what it is.
control the logistics. I'm just here to give you
The
guys
logistics.
some shenanigans.
The logistics. Anyways, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with our final season. Like I said in the first one, if you've been here since the first episode, the first season, first couple seasons, let us know in the comments. Let us know who you are so we can say thank you
We
for
can
being
personally thank you for being such a wonderful supporter of our journey.
here. Yeah. And I might, for those of you who comment when you started watching, what episode it was, what you liked about our reactions, I will be dropping free memberships to people who comment for Patreon, and so you can join us.
Fun stuff.
And I plan on doing like deep discounts for the season finale, which is we're starting Breaking Bad right after. You can get in on that. We're also doing House of Cards. We're doing House of the Dragon, and we're doing Star Wars movies, extra movies. Eventually, the Star Wars show, and we got a lot of stuff coming. And yeah, I'm ramping up my production of stuff on the channel and what I want to do. Yeah, probably.
I just didn't want you to talk too much and then.
I have the air conditioner on because it's hot in here.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I can get rid of that later as much as I can. Yeah, so just be aware we have a lot more stuff coming out. I'm like during Game of Thrones, we only did Game of Thrones, and I just needed to get a flow, like an idea of how to do the channel better. And that Game of Thrones really taught me more efficient ways of creating videos and stuff like that. So I have pretty good handle on making videos at this point, and I can make more. I have a lot more like little things I do now to keep me like going more. And you guys, I have a lot more patrons, a lot more people who subscribe to members and stuff like that. I know maybe you guys are only here for Game of Thrones, but we're doing House of the Dragon, so be prepared for those things, and then a lot more to come in the future. We have not even come close to watching as much as we can. Things that come to mind are like the Marvel movies. What else? Jurassic Park. We're just starting Star Wars. We have not seen most movies. I grew up watching more or less like cartoons, and then I didn't. A slight bit.
Left or right?
That way. Yep.
Okay.
I just want camera to be right. All right. Watch along, people.
Get ready.
Get ready to start your copy in 3, 2, 1, go. Special thanks to Random, Jeremiah, and Shaquille Relay for being our top members of the month. Thanks for watching. Check out our breakdown video for more insights. And do not forget to like and subscribe for more reactions. For full uncut content, join us on Patreon. We hope to see you in the next one.